Elk, also known as Wapiti by the Shawnee First Nations, are one of the largest and most majestic members of the North American deer family, and second only to the moose in size, which incidentally are known as elk in some parts of Europe and Asia. In North America, vast herds of elk roamed freely from the Great Plains to the Rocky Mountains and the forests of the East. Prior to European settlement, their numbers are thought to have reached nearly 10 million animals. But with the arrival of settlers, habitat destruction and overhunting greatly reduced their numbers, and by the late 1800s, fewer than 50,000 remained, with most finding refuge in the remote mountain regions of the West. Standing up to 1.5 meters at the shoulders and weighing as much as 500 kilograms, elk are considered by many to be the most beautiful and elegant of the North American deer family. In summer, they have light reddish-brown coats with darker colored heads and necks. In winter, their thick coats are lighter in color, and in arid areas sometimes appear light gray. In all seasons, they're easily recognizable by their cream-colored rump, a distinctive feature shared by all elk. They are highly adaptable animals and can be found in an impressive range of habitat, from open forests and valley meadows to the prairies and foothills of Western Canada and the United States. The wildfires in Jasper National Park during the summer of 2024 consumed over 32,000 hectares of pine and spruce forest. And while we may be shocked to see all this burned timber, perhaps we should remember that forest fires have been occurring naturally for thousands of years and are an essential component of their life cycle. The fires open up the canopy, allowing sunlight through to the forest floor. Fertilized by the burnt, fallen trees, new plant growth soon becomes abundant. Attracted by this, one of the first mammal species to return to these areas are elk. This new vegetation provides them with a more nutritious and variable food source. And because the trees continue to provide protection from predators, it's still a natural place for them to inhabit. Like many deer, elk are crepuscular, meaning they feed mostly at dawn and dusk. Their diet changes with the seasons. During the warmer months, they are true grazers, feeding on native grasses, sedges, and young tree shoots, consuming up to 9 kilograms of vegetation every day. In fall and winter, alongside moose and white-tailed deer, they browse on twigs, tree bark, and dried grasses, often pawing through snow to reach vegetation buried below. Like many other ruminants, they have 4-chambered stomachs to help process this varied vegetarian diet. So when they're not browsing, they often spend much of their day resting and ruminating. In late winter, as testosterone levels drop, bulls shed their massive antlers, only to begin growing new ones as the daylight hours lengthen in the spring. These new antlers develop beneath a soft, fuzzy covering known as velvet. Blood vessels within the velvet delivers nutrients and calcium, allowing the antlers to grow up to 2.5 centimeters a day, making them the fastest growing tissue in the animal kingdom. Yearling bulls have single spiked antlers that take about 90 days to grow. But for mature bulls, it will take around 140 days, with 70% of the growth occurring in the second half of this period. When fully grown, the antlers of mature bulls will be each about 1.5 meters long, reaching widths of almost 2 meters and weighing up to 14 kilograms in total. In August, hormonal changes cause the antlers to stop growing. Using trees and bushes, the bulls then remove the dried membrane, polishing and sharpening this new growth in the process. As autumn approaches, herd sizes begin to grow, signaling the start of elk mating season, also known as the fall rut. In an effort to impress the cows and deter rivals, bulls will occasionally showcase their strength and presence. Using a vocalization known as bugling, mature bulls begin calling the cows, herding them together into harems to keep them from other bulls. This unmistakable sound is made by the bulls blowing air through their nostrils and lips. Making bellowing and high-pitched whistling sounds simultaneously. Breeding rights are usually determined by size, with the larger bulls being more dominant. However, bulls of the same size will sometimes battle each other. These intense battles can occasionally result in injury, as may be the case with these bulls. The cows have a very short estrus cycle that only lasts a few days, so successful mating often involves several attempts. But the herd bull will remain attentive, constantly checking for female pheromones, especially where the cows have been bedded down. Following the rut, bulls leave their harems to form bachelor herds, while cows and calves remain together for protection during the winter months. After a gestation period of about 8 to 9 months, cows seek out quiet, secluded places away from the herd where they will give birth in late spring. They will stay close to their calves for the first 2 weeks to give them time to bond. During this time, she will check that all systems are fully functional, although some may need a little stimulation. After a couple of weeks, the calf will be sure-footed enough to escape predators, at which time they will rejoin the herd. Although they may not be fully weaned until later in the year, cows will now begin discouraging their calves from nursing. It will be difficult for them to grow quickly on her milk alone. So they begin foraging. And in the next 6 months will grow to the same size as an adult white-tailed deer. In spring, elk living in mountainous areas begin a migration in which they follow the snowmelt up to the high country, where lush alpine meadows provide an abundance of forage. Here they will spend most of the summer, before returning to the lower elevations again in the fall, where they will again spend the winter. Today, elk continue to face challenges from habitat loss, predation by wolves, bears, and cougars, and diseases including brucellosis, ringworm, and chronic wasting disease. Yet despite these challenges, their resilience has allowed North American populations to rebound to more than 1 million animals. Though few herds remain in the east, their strongholds are still found in the mountains and plains of the west, places where their haunting bugle sounds still echo through forest, meadows, and valleys. A timeless reminder of their enduring presence on this land.